Tony, Bada Bing for Derby Day Racing. How you doing today? Hey, thanks for coming back to the webpage and thanks for clicking on this commentary. Let me jump right to the question on most Kentucky Derby followers' lips following last week's allowance win by Bob Baffert trainee Justify. The question is, will Justify break the curse of Apollo on May 5th, 2018? Hey, if you're wondering, what the heck is the curse of Apollo, Bing? Well, Apollo is a horse that won the 6th running of the Derby way back when in 1882 with absolutely, positively no 2-year-old racing experience and has been the only horse to do so in Derby history. Now, about 60 horses, give or take a few, have tried the same trick and have failed. Some people might think, so Bing, is this a curse? Is this a fact? Is this an aberration of Kentucky Derby racing history? Regardless, it has garnered a lot of attention of late. In fact, in the last 25 years, 20 horses have tried and failed to win the Kentucky Derby racing only as 3-year-olds. This list includes some unforgettable names such as Valhalla, Showing Up, Song of Sword, but it also includes 2 champions, Summerbird and Curlin, as written about right here at Derby Day Racing by Brian Zipsey earlier this week, and also last year's Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile winner, Battle of Midway, tried to turn the trick as well last spring, finishing only 3rd. Now, the closest horse to come in history, only racing as a 3-year-old, would be Bodemeister, who also is trained by Bob Baffert. Now, way back when, not way back when, but in the 138th running of the Kentucky Derby in 2012, we can see here Bodemeister had a considerable lead at the top of the stretch. With only 4 lifetime starts, the last one being the Arkansas Derby win, he came in as the prohibitive 4-1 favorite. Rolled through some fast early fractions, but got caught in the last 16th of a mile by I'll Have Another. I should know, as I was there, and bet $50 to win on Bodemeister's nose. Justify now started his Derby trail just last month in a smashing maiden win, almost 10 lengths. Then he followed that up last Sunday with another win in Allowance Company. Now, this 3-year-old will look to become the first Derby champ with just 3 lifetime starts. A Derby prep is considered next, and we'll talk about that in a moment. I think he'll actually, meaning Justify, unlike Curlin, will be able to win the Kentucky Derby. Here's why. Number 1, curses are meant to be broken. Just ask me, a lifelong Red Sox fan who lived through most of my adult life and childhood life, living through an 86-year World Series drought known as the Curse of the Bambino, broken in 2004. Number 2, while Justify has only started and won twice, he has done so with ease in pairing up 100-plus speed figures from both Beyer and Brisnet. In fact, he's the only 3-year-old colt to pair up 100-plus Beyers to date, which puts him in a class of his own. Number 3, the 3-year-olds just seem to be inconsistent or just run too infrequently. Look at Good Magic, 2-year-old champ, came back for a flat 3rd-place finish in the Fountain of Youth, while Bolt d'Oro came back to win technically through disqualification in the San Felipe, but he finished 2nd in his first race back. I think the 3-year-old crop is crying out for a horse of a different color. 4, of course, Bob Baffert knows how to get 3-year-olds ready for the Kentucky Derby quickly and creatively. We know he is a 4-time Kentucky Derby winning champion. Now, all that being said, I believe the experience of Baffert and the talent of Justify in only his 3-year-old season will win out on the first Saturday in May, since fans took horses and buggies to the race in the 19th century. Now, you might be thinking, Bing, how will we know about 2 months out if Justify is the real deal? Here we go. Where will he run next? I believe either Santa Anita Derby or the Arkansas Derby, depending on how Baffert's other trainees do. I also would look for, where is Mike Smith landing on? Which horse is he riding if he has a commitment to more than one horse in a prep race or the Derby? Now, I think If Mike Smith jumps on Justify in his next race or the Derby, it's all systems go. How will Justify be working up to the Derby? I think it's going to be fast and furious for the 144th Kentucky Derby winner, that is. And we can then say, bye-bye, Apollo.